got a little bit more overgrown recently. I haven't been up here for a little while. Look, she didn't even pick this up. Back, do you want a backie? You go that way. The bikes are out today. I always end up starting a video at the top of Bluebell Hill, but the thing is, that's where all the closest lanes to me are, so I think why not? Right, we'll go around here. We'll start off with the Bluebell Hill lanes, just for something to do, and then we'll work our way around. We've got a little bit of a loop planned out. It's weird jumping on this from the Triumph, because I feel that when I'm on the Triumph, it's just a natural thing. People see bikes around all the time, but as soon as someone sees a dirt bike, you just feel like you're doing something you shouldn't. Go on, I'll give you a race. I think he'd win. Sneak through here. So even though we've got some nice sunny weather today, I'm a little bit gutted because tomorrow is the May Bank holiday. It's the May Day run down to Hastings. I've all been planned to go down there. We was meeting up with a few people, joining the rest of the riders, and just having a really good day out, same as last year. But checking the weather, it's meant to chuck it down all day, which is pretty crap really, because I had a really good video idea, and I listened to a few podcasts about YouTube and about how to grow the channel and how to niche down and things like this, and this is kind of what I've done. I've niched down with the Greenlaning, but my trouble is that I do other things as well with the Triumph, with these bike meetups, so I do still want to make that part of the channel. I'm going to keep the Greenlaning up where I can, but I also want to get on the Triumph, do some different meets, go to ride outs with other people. And these videos, they weren't really going to be training or tips and tricks or anything like that. It would be more about just logging my experience on the bike, getting out with friends and just sharing the experiences, because I know that a lot of people that watch the videos, yes, they're into the bikes and they love them, but they don't always have the opportunity to get out there on the bike, so it's nice for them to feel the same feelings I'm feeling when I'm out riding. They're just sat in front of the computer screen or on their phone. So the lanes that I'm hitting today, you've all seen them on previous videos. These are all the local ones round to me, the top of Bluebell Hill, all the way along like Pilgrim's Way. I'm going to stand up down here with the shade, you can't tell exactly where these bumps are. Another part of the channel that people are enjoying are the conversations that I have with people, just when I randomly stop, ask them about what they think and what their thoughts are on Greenlaning, and most of the time they're pretty good. People don't mind it, and I think it's just a lack of knowledge where people don't understand what we're doing. They just think we're wrong uns and causing havoc. But once I stop and have that conversation, by the end of it they all pretty much warm round to what I've got to say. They're all polite. So you never know, if we come across some people today, I might stop and have a chat. Right, we're coming up to this first lane. It kind of goes straight on, down to the left, and then we'll go the bottom of Paulin, I think it is. Oh no, Burham, sorry, the bottom of Burham, and then we'll come up and back down the ones all the way along this hill to basically my left hand side. Nice bit of sunshine. It's actually warm as well. The past few videos it's been sunny and I've had jumpers on trying to keep warm, but today is actually really feels like probably the first proper day of summer. I'm struggling at the moment to find time to do the things that I want to do, because we'll get dinner done, we'll get him bathed, we'll give him a bottle, we'll put him to bed, and then by this time it's about 8:30, and I'll be honest, I just want to sit there and do absolutely nothing. I'm so shattered. And then it comes to the weekend, the missus rides horses in the morning, so I have Henry, and it's great, I love that, I don't want to give that up at all. But then it's like, right, I want to go out and ride my bike, so I've got a few hours in the afternoon. This is why I end up riding the local lanes so much, just because it's easy. But I do want to venture a little bit further out. I do want to try some new lanes. Go on, love. Right, we're coming up to this next one now. Where is it? Here, on the left. It's weird because I normally do a different route where I come down from the other way. It's got a little bit more overgrown recently. I haven't been up here for a little while. I love it though, the way the sun comes through. Gorgeous. changing down, but it's nice that this bike will just plod its way up. I know that the motocross bikes now would actually would completely be wheel spinning the whole way up, but this, it's just, you can tell so much how it's geared. It just will plod up no matter what. I'm sitting down, not really trying, and it just takes us up. I've said it before, but you can't really see how steep this is on camera, but it's a fair incline. Looks like someone's been up here already, whether it's mountain bikers or not, I don't know. The one that I had a little Land Rover come up here once, got out of the way for him. We just plod down here because I don't know who's coming up. Actually, I'm going to stand up because there's a nice little rut in the middle that I feel that we could easily get stuck in. Another thing that I want to do for the channel, I want to make some upgrades. So I've got my GoPro, it's got a microphone, which isn't bad, but I've noticed that when I am on the Triumph, the wind noise coming through the helmet is just so loud, and it's like really peaks and troughs and blasts the actual microphone, and you just can't hear a thing that I'm saying. So I've been looking at the DJI wireless mics. You get 2 of them with it and a receiver. This here. Yeah, you get 2 of them with a receiver, so you can you can put one in the backpack so you can get the noise of the engine or the exhaust, and then you put one in the helmet so you can obviously do your moto vlogging. But I don't really know too much about them. I've done a little bit of research, so if anyone has any kind of information on them or personal use for it, let me know, because I really don't know what one to try out. I don't know why, but I do love this next lane. It's kind of tucked out the way. Little secret spot. Here's my opportunity. Bump up the curve. This one is a little bit more wet because it's held in by all the trees a bit more. It's funny because I told the missus where I was going today, and they came down this lane exactly earlier with the horses. Look, she didn't even pick the shit up. So I've got a hard drive that I put all these videos onto once I'm done and while I'm editing, but it's also a personal hard drive that I use, and it's got all my old pictures, and I found one the other day and it was me with long blonde hair stood on a little QR50. I've said in previous videos that, oh, slipping out a little bit. I've said in previous videos that that was the first bike I ever had. And it kind of brought back memories, and I was thinking, what was my first actual memory of motorbikes or riding motorbikes? So I thought back, and I've lived in a few different houses, obviously since I was about 3, I think, when I first got my bike. And we used to take, well, we had a little QR50 and whatever the quad equivalent is, I can't remember exactly what it was, but we had a little QR50, my brother had a little quad, and we used to go down the seafront, and it wasn't like a beach seafront that people used to come to, it was more where people go for a walk. It had big grass verges where the sea defence wall was, and we used to take the bikes up there. We'd buzz up and down for a couple of hours. And that was my first memory of riding a bike. But it was strange because my parents, my mum or my dad, neither of them rode bikes, they weren't bikers. So it's like, why did I decide that I wanted to ride bikes? And I remember the house that we lived in at the time, it had a big bay window at the front. Let's get out of the way of these. It had a big bay window at the front, and I remember sitting out on top of it looking out, and then opposite we had it was like a community centre, but it's basically where all the kids used to hang out. There was people there, it was basically mopeds, but they used to fly up and down, do wheelies in the car park, and I remember just sitting there thinking they were the coolest things, and I had to do whatever I could do to try and get on one of these bikes. And I think this is where a child's mind, you only remember certain things of your childhood, because I don't remember asking, can I get a bike? or how do I get a bike or whatever, but I remember having a little jar as a kid. I'm sure I was about 3 years old. I used to put any money that I used to get into this jar, saving up for a motorbike. And then the next memory is me riding. So I'm pretty sure, I'd have to ask, but I'm pretty sure I probably got it for my birthday or for a Christmas present. And that was my first ever memory of getting on a bike, and kind of the rest is history. From then onwards, I've done videos about moving up the ranks of motocross, and I think that's why I don't want to lose the time to do this hobby, because it's played such a big role and a big part of my life from pretty early on, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's a little bit upsetting when you think there might be a time that I don't get to ride this, whether that's just because of time or my hip replacement, really. I've been trying lately to do exercises at home and keeping the stretching up, because the flexibility in the hip, for those of you who don't know, I had a hip replacement about 7 years ago, which took me away from motocross. So the flexibility is a big aspect of riding dirt bikes, swinging your leg over, and even coming off, even potentially crashing. Let's go down a gear, let's jump this. Whoa. How we doing, you okay?
Yep.
Bit of exercise?
Across this puddle.
Yeah, what, on the back? Do you want a backy?
No, it's all right.
You go that way.
I mean, if you just come up that slope there, it's
yeah.
Interesting one.
Yeah. Well, it's quite steep actually.
I know.
I didn't realise.
It's not the steepest one though.
Well, it's the big rocks as well that come into it, and you're hopping all over the place. So.
One over by the pylons there.
Oh, is there one over there?
Yeah, there's a footpath down there.
Oh, a footpath.
But it's just to say, my Garmin comes up with it being steeper than 1 in 3.
Oh, does it? Ah, do you do the what's that thing? That's it. Yeah, my mum and dad, they do a lot of cycling, so they use that, and they love uploading it. Do you do that as well?
Well, it appears whether I want to or not. So, yeah.
Oh, so I'm holding you back now then?
Well, not really. It's nice to have a breather.
Oh, well, it's nice chatting to you.
And you
enjoy the rest of your.
Well, and I think it's round there.
Yeah. So have a nice bank holiday.
Keep your balance.
I'll see you later. There you go. He was a nice chap. I said that we'd stop and have a chat with somebody, and we found someone. So I didn't have too much on the agenda for this video. I just wanted to get out on the bike, enjoy the sunshine. So until next time, take it easy, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.